Hillcrest, I kept hearing about several guys. Couldn't decide what was going to happen one way or the other. Dad was listening to who she was hanging out with. Couldn't figure anything out for a while. And then, eventually, one of them had enough courage to call Dad. I was in the airport in Boise, Idaho, where it happened, and I seen it come through Des Moines. I didn't take his call. I thought it was a telemarketer when he first called.
Denise, I love you. Today is our special day, the day you worked hard for in getting all the details lined up, the day we begin our lives together as Mr. and Mrs. I can't wait to see you in your wedding dress. You're going to be absolutely gorgeous. Your testimony for the Lord is an inspiration to my life. You have been a blessing in my life, and I can't wait to spend the rest of my life with you. I am humbled that you are leaving your family and home here in Indiana to spend your life with me. Love, Howie.
Dear Howie, wow, our day is finally here. We get married today. I've pinched myself a time or two to make sure it's all real. I could not be more excited to stand in front of our family and friends today and become your wife. This past year has been nothing short of crazy. We've had our ups and downs and some long times apart, thank you COVID. But through it all, I see how it has made us stronger. When I was younger, I started writing down some things I wanted in my future husband. I prayed that God would bring someone into my life that met each standard or was even better than I could imagine. I read through it last night and, well, you've met each one. God answered my prayers and gave me my dream guy. You have become my best friend, someone I feel safe with. Your hugs have become my favorite. This next year is a bit full of unknowns, but I'm so glad I get to figure it all out with you, and I know it won't be boring. As we say our vows today, I wonder where God might take us next. Hand in hand, let's go together and see what the future may hold. I love you so much. Now let's go get married. Love, Denise.
Do you believe that marriage is an ordinance instituted of God, confirmed and sanctioned by Jesus Christ, and that therefore you must enter into it in the fear of God?
I do.
Okay. Brother Howard, do you confess and declare that you are free from all other marriage relations and engagements whatsoever?
I am.
Sister Denise, do you confess and declare that you are free from all other marriage relations and engagements whatsoever? Brother Howard, will you in the presence of God and these witnesses take Denise, the sister by your side, to be your wedded wife? Will you love her and cherish her, provide and care for her in health and in sickness, in prosperity and in adversity, exercise patience, kindness, and forbearance toward her, and live with her in peace as becomes a faithful Christian husband, and forsaking all others, keep yourself only unto her as long as you both shall live? Sister Denise, will you in the presence of God and these witnesses take Howard, the brother by your side, to be your wedded husband? Will you love and cherish him in health and in his sickness, in prosperity and in adversity, share with him the joys and sorrows of life, exercise patience, kindness, and forbearance toward him, and live with him in peace as becomes a faithful Christian wife, and forsaking all others, keep yourself only unto him as long as you both shall live? The God of Abraham, the God of Isaac, and the God of Jacob, bless this union abundantly through Jesus Christ our Lord. And what God hath joined together, let not man put asunder. Go forth as husband and wife, live in peace, fear God, and keep his commandments. God bless you. so it is now my privilege to introduce to you, for the first time, Mr. and Mrs. Howard Stutzman.
First of all, we have Annie Shank, escorted by Sheldon Horst. Lene Mass, escorted by her husband, Carlisle Mass. Anita Yitzi, escorted by Jonas Gingrich. Donita Fox, escorted by Lyle Stutzman. And now, who we all came here to see, Mr. and Mrs. Howard Stutzman.
Well, so my speech is one for Howie, one for Denise. For Howie, I have a public apology to make. For Denise, I'm here to offer grace and forgiveness. Didn't take me very long to realize that Denise was an option for Howie. And so I was kind of like, that's cool or whatever. And then after a little while, me and Denise became fairly good friends. And so that's when I realized that Howie was an option for Denise as well. So I live in Fort Wayne, and so it's right on my way home for her to drop her off if I'm coming home. So we decided to take a trip. It would have been like February 2 years ago, in February. And it happened to be that we were driving home on Valentine's Day. So I very loudly proclaimed in a group that Howie was in that I'm taking Denise home for Valentine's Day. And I heard later that he was maybe not too impressed. So I had a little fun with you, and I'm sorry about that. But, I mean, you got her. And so now for Denise to offer forgiveness. Soon after I was at Hillcrest, Denise and my wife now, Lene, invited me on what we call a free. It's like a night off where we get to go do what we want and stuff. They invited me on a free, and me being the new young buck at Hillcrest, I was like, sure, I'll go, whatever. So they're like, okay, we'll pick you up in front of the dorm. And so it was Denise and Lene, and then I jumped in the back of Denise's little red bug, just having a hi-ho time. We got to Branson, and all I saw was girls piling out of the vehicles, and I was like, where are the guys? And they're like, oh, you're the only guy. So it was me and 9 girls went out to eat on one of my first weeks of being at Hillcrest. I was like, thanks for the heads up, and I made a pretty good impression, I think.
I answered the phone when Howie called to ask Denise out, actually. It was after supper one night. She was walking outside, actually, and her phone called, and it just came up unknown. I'm like, Denise, it's unknown. And she said, well, just answer it. So I slide, and I answer it, and I hit the stupid speaker button, and I said hello, and he said hello, and she whipped around and looked at me, and she said, "Give me the phone." I now wish I would have kept the phone and actually escaped her, but I didn't. But I did find out that it took Howie about 5 minutes to actually believe that it was Denise on the other end of the phone after that.
I was at Denise's farewell at Hillcrest, and he gets up to talk. And he gives the story of how he overheard somebody that was looking at putting their mother in the nursing home there. He was debating whether or not we do, and then this particular son of the mother that they were thinking of putting in there meets Denise, and Denise must have made a pretty good impression on him, because he overheard him saying, well, everything's going to be okay because Denise will be taking care of her. And he relates that story, and I have to bring it up because now he marries my daughter. Is it because he thinks he's going to get taken care of good in a nursing home, or why did you do this?